Hi, so we're going to talk about the definite article the. Okay, we use it more than in other languages, but not quite as much as some people think. So let's have a look at the different uses of the. When we talk about things in general, we don't use the article the. We could talk about things you like. For example, I like rabbits. We don't use an article. The girl likes football. Again, we don't use the football. And then when we talk about things in general, which is often when we're writing essays. So, for example, we could say, people today are less honest. Or teenagers today spend more time on the computer. We don't need to say the teenagers, yeah, just teenagers. Or hippos are dangerous. Okay, so when we're talking about things or groups in general, we don't use the article the. When we know what people are referring to, which person, object or thing they are referring to, then we do use the article there. So for example, if I said, have you seen the new cinema in town? You know which cinema I'm talking about. It's the new one, yeah? We could say, for example, can you see the girl over there in the pink top? Yeah, so we know it's the girl over there. And that's the one I am referring to. Or, did you see the neighbour this morning? Either we know which neighbour we refer to, or we only have one neighbour. The third point is, we can use the when there's only one of something. So, the Queen lives in Buckingham Palace. The Pope gives Mass in the Vatican City. The world is round. Okay? So when there's one of something, we use the article the. In the same way, we use the with superlatives because there's only one of that. So for example, if we say the tallest boy in the class is Thomas, because there's only one of him being the tallest in the class. Yeah? There's lots of children, but he is the tallest. The tallest. Okay? When we talk about professions or religion, for example, we use the indefinite article a or an. For example, I could say, I am a teacher. He is a policeman. She is a Muslim. He is a Christian. Yeah, so religion, professions. We can also say for nationality, when we say he is a Spaniard, she is an Italian, okay? Which is different from saying she is Italian or he is Spanish, okay? Just make sure you notice the difference there. We don't use the article there for uncountable nouns, yeah? So, for example, I have some money, or do we have any bread? I've got some milk in the fridge. Yeah, we don't say I've got the milk in the fridge, no. We could say I would like some coffee. Yeah, don't forget from my other video, if we say I would like a coffee, we refer to a cup of coffee, not coffee as a whole, which is uncountable. Okay, so uncountable nouns, we don't use the article there. So let's go on to countries. Countries are different. So countries that are not plural or have not got a union, a state, a republic, do not have an article. So France, Spain, Italy, Greece, no article. However, if we say instead of England or Scotland or Wales, the United Kingdom, then it's a kingdom, so it's the. the United States of America, yeah, and also for groups of islands, so the Caribbean, the Balearic Islands, okay? But for other countries, we don't use an article, so India, China, we don't use an article. As I said, plural ones do use an article, so we could have the Netherlands, for example. Okay, that would have a the in front of it. We also have to look at mountains and rivers. Okay, so for rivers, we do use the article. So we could have, for example, the Thames, the River Thames in London. We could have the Danube, yeah, the Nile. Lots of, any rivers have the. If we say a group of mountains, like the Pyrenees, that would have an article. The Pyrenees, it's a group of mountains. But one mountain, Mount Everest, doesn't have an article. It's not the Mount Everest, it's Mount Everest. Okay? So that's the difference. Groups of islands, groups of mountains, they have an article, but a single mountain or a single island does not have an article. The last point is, if we look at institutions, so church, school, prison, university, if we're talking about their normal use, then we don't use an article. I sang in the choir at church, not at the church, because normally a church has choirs. So it's a normal use of a church. She studied at Manchester University, not at the Manchester University, because it's the normal use of that institution. Okay? So let's look at some examples. We could say, Neil Armstrong was born in, and we put USA, what would we say? Yeah, that's right, the. So Neil Armstrong was born in the USA. And he was astronaut. It's a profession, so it's the indefinite article. He was an astronaut. An, because it's a vowel, a, for astronaut, so we have an instead of a. Okay? He studied engineering at university. Need an article? No, we don't need an article. He studied engineering at university because it's the normal use of a university to study, yeah? Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. There's one moon, and he was the first man to walk on the moon. So there's one of each. So we use the article the again. She likes listening to music. Do we need an article? No, we don't need an article. It's uncountable music. He likes listening to music. Okay? So that's the end of this video. I hope that's helped you to learn how to use the article the. Thank you.